Good evening, I'm Shameka Neely. Leaders throughout the state gathered today at Indiana University for a leadership conference centered on education. Here's more. Topics at the center of discussion were the state's new funding formula and how it's implemented. Representative Robert Baining says it could take about 7 years. He says there are many differences that hinder quick change, such as dollars following the children more rapidly.
Frankly, it is unfortunate because education tends to be the one issue where it is very politically divisive, and frankly most of that is because the teachers union and the major funding for the House Democrat caucus comes from ISTA. And so I'm not saying that ISTA is not reform-minded, but they don't see reform coming as quickly and really focus at what's best for kids.
State Senator Vi Simpson says during this year's legislative session there was a real disconnect between the governor and administration. She says the biggest difference was the belief that the private sector was better than public schools.
I think moving more and more toward the private sector, not necessarily a bad thing as long as there is government oversight, because we're talking about government dollars after all, government tax dollars, and I think some of these bills were not very well thought out, and moving forward to make Indiana first in the nation in the number of vouchers that we're going to provide for religious school training seems to me to be moving a little faster than I would like.
Meanwhile, many Republican lawmakers say it's healthy for public schools to have competition, and they contend parents and children deserve more choices in education. A look at your weather tonight: mostly cloudy with a 20% of showers, lows around 60. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-70s. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, lows in the upper 50s. And a quick look at your 5-day forecast. On Saturday, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the lower 80s, lows in the mid-60s. Sunday, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the lower 80s, lows in the upper 60s.